If you ever had a client telling you to be creative in your photography, then after submitting your production, you get slammed with many revisions, unsatisfied feedback, and you start wondering, why didn't they just communicate that from the beginning? Let me tell you a real story. It was an event, and my client asked me to photograph a group of people. They said, "Be creative. It's your art." As a photographer, that feels amazing because we all want that freedom. We want our art to be valued. So I gave it everything. I spent hours photographing, setting up, making creative changes, then hours of editing, selecting, refining. Truly believe that I'm doing something that is so meaningful, and my client would be over the clouds with happiness. When I delivered the final results, here's the shock. The feedback came back with many changes. Something like, "We don't want to focus on this. We don't want this to be included. Do you have other photos that you didn't choose?" And that moment is shocking. Not because of the revisions. Revisions are normal. But because if I had this communicated from the beginning, I would go into a different way and I would do what they had in mind. I thought I had the creative freedom to be free in my style and the way I want to take these photos. It feels confusing. It makes you question your style and your talent. The client believes they are being flexible by saying be creative, but in reality they are thinking, "I'll know it when I see it." And this is one of the hardest situations a creative person could be in. Now, this is important. When a client says, "Be creative, do what you usually do," you have freedom to do this. It usually means three things. First, they admire your work. This is good. It's a compliment. Second, they assume you will automatically create what they have in mind, even if they do not communicate that. They do not fully know what they have in mind. They do not know how to express it. So what to do? There are two checkpoints in this process. Checkpoint A. This is the most important one. It's before you accept the project. Do not fall into the be creative trap without clarity. A client is paying you to do that work, so they definitely have something in mind. They have a vision. They just don't know how to communicate it. Your role is to unfold that project mystery. The best way to do so is through written communication. An email is ideal, but an agreement is even better. And here are the questions I usually ask in the email to unlock that project mystery. First question: what's the style of this production? Is it emotional, bubbly, calm? Do you want to focus on people? Do you want to focus on the creation or lifestyle? What message do you want to communicate? This goes deeper. What should the audience feel when they see the final result? Third question: what are 1 to 3 things that must be included in the project? That sets priorities. Fourth question: what are 1 to 3 things that you absolutely do not want to include in this production? Sometimes knowing what they dislike is more powerful than knowing what they like. At least helps you what to avoid. And finally, ask them, if available, to send you a work they saw and admired. That will give you an idea of what they like. It doesn't mean that you copy that work, it's just give you a clear idea of the style they are after. These questions don't limit your creativity. They protect it. They protect you. When clients write down their answers, something shifts. They realize what they write will be implemented. And most of the time, they are grateful for you asking them these questions or guiding them. Also, set revision boundary. For example, 1 round of revision without charge if it is reasonable. And explain reasonable. Reasonable mean adjustment. They do not mean changing the whole direction. Anything beyond that comes with a fee. Your email becomes your agreement. You can also clearly set payment rules like late fees. The more you communicate that at the beginning, the more you protect yourself and less likely to be burnt out later. To protect your time, your talent, and your money. Checkpoint number 2. This is when it's already too late, just like in my situation. Explain clearly what the revision and changes at this point would do and how much it would cost. In a kind way, explain that if you knew this from the beginning, you would have the project taking a different approach. Reassure to them that you want to help them. You want them to reach their vision. At the end of the day, clients want something usable. Your job is to guide them while also protecting yourself. Here's the shift that changes everything. When you protect yourself this way, you are not limiting your creativity. You are stepping into a bigger role. You are the creative director. You lead the whole process from the beginning. You ask the right questions. You guide the vision. And that's what a really creative freedom looks like in a paid job. Thanks for watching. See you next time. But until then, keep creating.